Hi, I'm Markey. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer for Boots in the UK, and I'm going to share a little bit about our Christmas 2020 campaign, all the results and everything we achieved. So let's get going. Okay, so I'm going to cover today how we use first-party data to unwrap Christmas for our consumers at Boots. I'm going to share a little bit more about the campaign and everything we did and how we got there. But to start with, I thought it's worth sharing a little bit about Boots and about the business I now work for. I've been in the business now just under 2 months. Joined from TSB Bank a little while ago, and it is a fantastic business to join, over 170 years old. And our vision is to be the first choice for pharmacy, wellbeing and beauty, caring for people and communities around the world. Boots is a retailer with absolute purpose at its heart, and that purpose is to help people across the world lead healthier and happier lives. And what you'll see here is how we have demonstrated that through our Christmas campaign activity. That also is demonstrated through our values as a business. So trust, about respect and integrity; care, that's caring for customers and the people within the business; innovation, and hopefully you'll see some of that come across in what I'm going to cover today; and partnership. I'm going to talk particularly about one partnership that was central to what we did in Christmas 2020 and why that really mattered. And then dedication. There's a huge commitment that goes on from the thousands of people in Boots to deliver what we do day in, day out, to help people right across the world lead healthier and happier lives. And that's core to who we are as a business, and it's central to the Boots DNA. So Boots in numbers. You may well hear Boots mentioned, you may think you know Boots, and I thought it's just worth including a bit of a mention on some core figures on Boots. So we've got over 2,000 stores, 550 opticians practices, and over 500 hearing care locations right across the UK. Over 85% of the population is within 10 minutes of a Boots store. You will be hard pressed to find an area where there isn't a Boots providing coverage and providing support to your local community and your local area. And we employ around 52,000 Boots UK colleagues, 23,000 of those in healthcare, and 6,660 registered pharmacists. So it is a sizable, significant operation, providing that healthcare, that wellness, that well-being to people right across the UK, day in, day out. And one of the key elements to the success of Boots has been something we launched 24 years ago this year, which is the Advantage Card. Over 10 million active Advantage Card members, of 90% of which are women. And this is a really strong program for Boots, a loyalty program that has really helped the business over many years develop deeper and stronger customer relationships. And it's the core of our go forward strategy. And we announced as a business over a year ago now that our intent was to develop what we do through greater mass personalization, greater use of tools like Adobe and the Microsoft platforms to really help us get closer to our customers. And you'll see an absolute flavor of that through this presentation, an update on how we're bringing data and everything we do absolutely center stage to where we are as a business. But the Advantage Card underpins everything we do. It's a vital part of what my team does. I've got a whole loyalty team within the marketing team who day in, day out work to build those relationships with our customers, whether it's online through our app or actually through offline through things like voucher booklets that we still send out to many customers right across the UK to help remind them of the benefits of the Advantage Card, the benefits of continuing to shop with Boots, and helps to strengthen and develop the relationship that we hold with them. So our Advantage Card is hugely important to us as a business and will continue to be so going forwards. So let's talk a bit about Boots as an omni-channel retailer. So we are aiming directly in how we're focusing as a business to be an innovative omni-channel retailer, a number of ways that customers can shop with us, not just the number of stores I talked about earlier on, but we also have the app as well. We've recently updated our photo offering, so that can be done via a number of social media platforms, a fully optimized mobile website, and we use our social channels really well to promote what we do and also to promote what many of our suppliers do through us as well. So we've got a very strong social following, a very strong use of social media and digital in what we do. And just coming back to the first bullet here, all our stores have iPads in, so we're actually able to help customers day in, day out through a digital experience in store as well. And actually being omni-channel is so important to us to make the most of the benefits of the store footprint, but also with digital as well. So for example, with things like same day click and collect, there's a real opportunity for us to better connect with customers through the channels that that benefit them and help them the most. And that, as we're finding, is particularly driven by omnichannel. So this activity I want to talk about here is really around our Christmas 2020 campaign. And we realized that it was a year like no other. You know, we're still right now in the throes of coming out in the UK of COVID. Our lockdown is going to be easing within, we hope, the next few weeks. But if we look back to last Christmas, it was difficult. Most of the country was back in a tiered system or heading towards a lockdown. And a number of the country were in furlough. Financial situation was challenged. And therefore, the desire and the need to have offers was hugely important and pertinent at this time of year. So going into that as Boots, we recognised that we needed to address that. We needed to recognise that this was tough for people. Value and offers mattered more than ever. And the other factor I think that really mattered at Christmas 2020 was about purpose. And I covered the Boots purpose earlier on. It was about valuing customers, but also valuing the most vulnerable and those that needed it the most in society. And at Boots, we've got a fantastic partnership with an organisation called the Hygiene Bank. Now, the Hygiene Bank provide essential hygiene products to people across the UK who need it the most. And they do it in a range of ways. They work with local food banks and local charity organisations. And we supported them at Boots now for over a year to basically help hygiene products get in the hands of those in society that need them the most. And we know from working with the Hygiene Bank just what a difference the activity they do makes. You know, if people are going without even the most basic hygiene products, it's very difficult to get on to do a number of the things you need to do in your everyday life. And that includes looking after family members, being able to progress in education or go to things like job interviews. If you haven't got some of those products, you can't shave or you can't look after yourself in a way that you'd like. It prevents a number of things happening in the core everyday living that we get to experience. And so our partnership with Hygiene Bank, we put front and centre of 2020. So everything I'm going to come and talk about next was underpinned by that strong partnership with the Hygiene Bank and everything we did with them. So we ran a whole campaign all about giving back, where we encouraged our customers to come in store, to shop with us, but also to think about buying something and donating it in one of the many stores we've got where you can give hygiene products to the Hygiene Bank and make a difference. So we had this kind of duality going in Christmas 2020 of value offerings and gifts that mattered at a price that was very affordable and mattered to our customers, and also the ability to give back. And I think one of the things we recognise, don't we, about 2020 particularly, with COVID and everything that went on, was how important it was for us as a society to connect and make a difference, make a real difference in society again, from Clap for Carers and the outpourings that we saw towards general goodwill of people wanting to make a difference, people wanting to reach out to those that needed it the most. And that was a big theme for us throughout Christmas 2020. But also importantly with the Hygiene Bank, this is an ongoing partnership. This is one alongside our other partnerships that include the likes of Macmillan, where we're going to deepen and develop those partnerships further because, as I was saying at the top of this presentation, purpose and our values are central to what we do within Boots and will continue to be central to everything that we're doing moving forwards as well. So we've talked a little bit about the Advantage card, 24 years old this year, easy one to remember because I got married in the same year, so I'll be in trouble if I forget that. And the Advantage card is just a super powerful loyalty program that really does connect with consumers. And it gives us a really rich view of data, data that really helps us better understand our customers, better build a deeper relationship with them, and provide value and offers that matter to them in those moments that matter the most. And our whole strategy at Boots is about how we better connect with customers, how we better use first-party data, how we start to use platforms like Adobe and the work we're doing with our fantastic partners at WPP to deepen those relationships further. It gives us a very, very strong platform to grow from, a strong position to grow from. And when we looked at Christmas 2020, working with the data and our knowledge and insights on customers from the Advantage card was central to what we set out to do and a vital part of our vision, and will continue to be going forwards as we evolve our loyalty offering, as we deepen our relationships with WPP, and as we roll out more of the Adobe Marketing Cloud that are central pillars to our strategy and everything we're looking to do. So how did we do it? So at the end of last year, we renewed our relationship with WPP through an extensive pitch process. And part of what was at the heart of that pitch was about how we together move forward to utilize data and technology to deliver personalization at scale. So how did we do that? Well, as I was saying a moment ago, we've got an enviable amount of data with the Advantage card through first-party data. We know a lot about our customers, and the opportunity was, how do we enhance that with additional data to build a richer, deeper view of our customers and their needs at Christmas 2020, understanding all that was going on in society, all that was needed and all that they wanted to do, coming into a Christmas that was unlike any other. And we all felt like that, didn't we? Christmas 2020 was slightly unprecedented in terms of what we were all facing into. So using the likes of YouGov, Kantar data, Xaxis and so on, we were able to really create this rich data model of our customers and their lives and their needs coming into Christmas 2020. So then we use technology. So we really look to enhance the best technology available to us through our WPP partnership to build together this richer view of what we're calling here a matrix and decision tree. So what's the next best thing we should talk to someone about through a particular part of the journey or experience to make sure we reach the right outcome for the customer, gave them a really rich personal experience, and one that hopefully got them to the right outcome in terms of their Christmas gifting decisions, or ultimately to also donate to things like the hygiene bank as well. So we created here tens of thousands of versions of each specific product available in the boots.com feed, so to give people as personal and as rich an experience as possible in the run up to Christmas, which was just super important. So what did we set out to do? Well, this was about mass personalization at scale, and mass personalization is central to our strategy at Boots and will continue to be moving forwards. So we wanted each individual to see a unique version of the advert, which was based on their own personal online behavior. So let's start on the left-hand side with dynamic retargeting. So we wanted to show a user the exact product they've been browsing on boots.com. So if they hadn't bought it, to replay that to them, to bring them back in, to see the product again, dynamically as part of their feed. So it acted as a refresher and a reminder when they visited boots.com. And that would often come with a specific tailored or relevant offer, all under the banner of Love Sweet Love, that links back to the creative and the work that I talked about earlier on creatively for the 2020 campaign. So retargeting is really important. How do we get people, when they're back on the site, to laser in on the products they've looked on previously? So that searching and browsing experience was just richer and more interesting. And then we had dynamic prospecting. So we wanted to show a user the priority trading products personalized to a category they're in market for. So using the insights of what we knew when people came to boots.com, how do we give them a relevant product from a category, something that is of the most interest to them when they land on the site? And that again was a really important way to make that shopping experience much richer, much more personal, much more relevant, all about getting you to the right page, the right part of the website at the right time to get the right experience. And again, all of this went out under the same creative banner of Love Sweet Love, all about gifting and the relevant gifts that customers were looking for at this time of year. But as you can see on both, we had to produce lots of different creatives. So tens of thousands of versions were created here. So this was all about creating new assets at scale creatively. So we have an internal studio called Beehive. We were able, through Beehive and our other agencies, True Story and WPP, to create really scalable creative assets that we could use that were highly targeted, highly personal, and highly relevant. So a lot of this was about pace and speed and being able to deploy the right message to the right customer at the right time. So it wasn't just a data journey, it was a creative journey for us as well, around how we got to deliver that at scale and as fast as we possibly could for our customer. So we had a digital content optimization model, which pushed the boundaries of creative design for automation. So, for example, if we had someone who visited the product details page, then the ad would show, for example, on the right-hand side here, a product they've looked at already. It could be also another product in the same offer bracket, or it could be another product on offer in the same category. and sorted by overall popularity. So there were a number of ways in where we could talk to the customer around something that was highly relevant based on what they looked at before, or a category, or an area that we knew they were really interested in, or it could be, as I say, another product from within that same category, or another product on offer, in the same moment through that category as well. So it's all about how do we get to that next level of relevance for the customer. So the shopping experience becomes far more relevant, far more tailored towards them, what they're looking for and what they're after. So for prospecting though, what the user would see is, for example, in electrical beauty, they'd see the EB, the electrical beauty offer, that was most relevant for them. They might see the top trending product. They might see another product in the category, which is in that offer, or something in a connected or associated offer. And again, for existing users that we knew through the Advantage card, all through prospects coming in, we were able to use all the data, the richness of what we were seeing about their previous online experience to tailor in creative that worked and was highly relevant for them under a single creative umbrella. And look, at Christmas, we can all relate to it, can't we? When we're visiting a website and we're trying to browse and find something for a loved one, and we're trying to find something that's useful or unique or relevant, but also trying to find value. If that shopping experience can be super slick, super fast, super relevant, then we want to gravitate to that, because actually the better that experience is, the better you feel about the brand, and for us as a business, the better results we get to deliver as well. So hopefully, our experience here is you get this right, you create a win-win between customer and brand, which is a super powerful and relevant combination. So what did we see? Well, the great news is we saw some really impressive results coming through this and coming through everything that we were able to do. And that was great to create a platform. So we're already in the midst of planning Christmas 2021 that creates another opportunity for us to connect with customers as we do all year round. And we've got some great learnings, because this was the first time we've been able to really deploy some of these techniques with our colleagues at WPP. So we created a bedrock of learning, a bedrock of really solid and really strong learning that we can now take forwards into Christmas 2021, but also not just that, but also our go forward programs through summer that we're coming into very shortly, and some of our other sort of key trading moments that we have as Boots throughout the year. So let's look at some of those results. So on mass personalization, as I mentioned, central to our strategy, this is about how do we do this better and more sharply to really reach customers at the right time. So we created over 24,000 unique ad versions, which is up 5,900% on the previous year. This is exactly what we wanted to do, get far more personalized. But as I mentioned on the creative, what that puts a heavy weight on getting the creative just spot on and right. So we had to develop lots of different variants of our creative to make that really work hard for us. Then on performance, it was up 110% versus target, 167% versus the previous year. And the use of first party data, central to our strategy, was up 400% on the previous year. So we had much to celebrate as a Boots marketing team coming through this, because we were able to reach our vision of really delivering on mass personalization, strong performance of the business to prove that our return on investment was really sharp and we were really delivering. So the strategy was working. And on the use of first party data, we were able to really show that building relationships with customers, focusing on customer relationships was absolutely the right thing to do, and the most effective and fundamental thing in what we were able to do as a brand. So going forwards, as we work as a team and as a business to get closer to our customers, as we roll out the Adobe Marketing Cloud connected with our Microsoft investment, as we look to work with companies like LiveRamp and others, this gives us a really strong moment to move forwards from, to deepen relationships with customers through the Advantage card, which we'll take forwards, to use more of our first party data, to develop even more mass personalized targeted campaigns, and to deliver even stronger, richer, better performance for the business. And I think, and I hope what you've seen from this update presentation today is there is a real opportunity. If you want to build relationships with customers, if you want your marketing to be more effective, then actually there is a great moment coming together, I think, with media and targeting now, where you can better use those relationships and drive real results moving forwards.